Guys, so we know that this will be a big task for the Mets. Facing the league leaders isn't easy in any sense. But, Harp, starting with you, where do the Mets have the biggest advantage in this series?
I think it's their starting pitching, Chelsea. You know, the Dodgers really only have 3 starters. They went to a bullpen game in Game 4 in that Padres series. So you're going to see Flaherty, you're going to see Buehler, and you're going to see Yamamoto, I would guess. But the Mets pitchers have been going deeper into games. It's really been their strength down the stretch of this thing. You know, the late inning comebacks have really been kind of the story of this team, but the starting pitching has given them a chance to win just about every game. So I think that's their strength. If they can get deep into games, it will really be an advantage for them.
And I think the Mets also might have a slight advantage, Chelsea, in hitting with runners in scoring position. It's something that they've thrived at all season. They've had their moments where they haven't, but they've been pretty good consistently. Jose Iglesias has been a marvel. He's got a .375 average with runners in scoring position. It hasn't trended that way so far in the postseason, but I believe, Harp, I believe in this guy. And Nimmo has been terrific with runners in scoring position, too. By some metrics, they were the second best team in baseball in such situations. And when you need big hits in October, that's a great quality to sort of have on your resume.
Yep, that's a great point, Harp. I agree with you. The starting rotation has been on a roll lately, especially in the postseason.
The fewer innings you can give to that Mets bullpen, probably the better, too.
Yep, absolutely. So, Anthony, I'll start with you on this one, though. Where do you think the Dodgers have the biggest advantage in this series?
Well, playing off of what Harp just said, they have the better bullpen to me. And, in fact, they won one of their games in the division series with a bullpen game, and it was tremendous. And then their bullpen was great in closing out the Padres as well. I think they finished the series with 11.2 innings, scoreless innings over the last 2 games there, which is huge for them. They walk fewer batters than the Mets bullpen, of course, who doesn't, but there is some strength there, and they've got a lot of good things going for them. Guys like Blake Trinan, his sweeper has been a deadly weapon all year long. Michael Kopech has been a great pickup with his nuclear fastball. You know, so the Mets have their getting into the Dodger bullpen, Harp, is going to be a problem for the Mets. It's going to be a task that they're going to have to battle with, and it could be a big LA advantage.
Yeah, I do. I agree. I think it's the biggest advantage. I mean, you saw it last night. They got guys coming out of that pen from all over the place. The guy Phillips, although the lefty got hurt, so who knows what's going to happen with him. But yeah, they've had 3 or 4 different guys close for this team, and they've all been pretty good. You know, trying to look really good. So I think the Mets are going to have to, that's, I think, a key. We're going to talk about it more later, but I think the Mets are going to have to score early. They can't rely on these late-inning comebacks that they've had a lot against some of these weaker bullpens. It's going to be hard to do that against the Dodgers.
So we've been talking about the bullpens. Let's talk some offense here. Anthony, I'll come to you with this one first. There's some heavy hitters, some power hitters on both sides here. Which team has the deeper lineup, the Mets or the Dodgers?
Well, it's really remarkable in this series because I feel like we have both teams have really deep lineups, but I'll take the Dodgers just because I feel like they've got, you know, I know everybody concentrates on Ohtani and Mookie and the rest of the star power at the top there, but all season long the Dodgers have been one of the best offenses in baseball. They were one of 3 teams to average more than 5 runs this year. They had the best OPS in baseball, the best OPS plus in baseball. So they are a difficult task as well. To get through this lineup is a problem for a pitching staff. And, you know, as good as the Mets have been all season offensively, and particularly when they made their move, I think the Dodgers are just a little bit better.
And it really comes down to consistency as well. Do you want to say something quickly, Harp?
Well, I'm going to say I disagree, of course. We weren't agree on everything. It's about time.
The streak is over already.
The Dodgers are a top-heavy lineup. If you get through those first 3 guys, you're golden. Or first 4 guys, you're golden.
All right, so you like the Mets.
The Mets are deeper.
All right, Harp. This series, though, obviously it comes down to how it is managed. Dave Roberts has managed 89 postseason games. Carlos Mendoza, just 7. So which manager do you trust more? Is it Mendoza or is it Roberts?
Well, you would think Roberts because of that experience you're talking about, but we've seen him. He hasn't been a great manager in the postseason. He's too much of a slave to the analytics. You know, he's too quick to pull guys out of games based on what they have. You know, the lanes. We always talk about lanes now for pitchers. Where Mendoza, I feel like he has more of a feel. He uses his feel. He trusts his feel, and for the most part, it's worked out. Sometimes it could burn you, I guess, but I do think that I just like the way he manages games. He uses his eyes, as we talk about it all the time. He's not going to be, you know, dictated necessarily by the numbers all the time. So I'm going to say Mendoza. It's a big test to do it in these games, but I'm going to say Mendoza.
Back to agreeing with Harp. I think he's right about Mendoza, although I do think you're selling Dave Roberts a little short. He was one of the Dodger stars of the division series win over the Padres, the way he masterfully got the bullpen game together and worked the pitching there. Because their pitching, as you pointed out, is a mess, and he got them through, helped get them through it and get guys in the right spot.